Hello everyone and welcome on in. My name is Cereza and today we are going to be watching some More Parz. A lot of videos on Australia, a country I've always wanted to visit despite all their little critters. So I hope we get to learn a little bit about life down under. Oh my god, I'll stop it, I'm so sorry. Down and shrimp on the bobbies. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Or no. Okay, just get it all out of our systems. Clear. Decondensation. Okay, we're fine. We're done. We're done. Anyway, let's jump on in. I guess I should probably put an arachnophobia warning. It's Australia. There's going to be spiders.
Australia has a lot of spiders, but recently we found a new one, because of course we fucking did.
A new
And the new one is
spider?
the most certified Australia moment I've ever seen. For a bit of context, one of the several thousand spider species we are home to is the Sydney funnel web, the deadliest spider on the planet. Because of course it's down here. Where the fuck else did you think you were going to find it? These scary looking fuckers are highly
big
venomous and can
teefies.
flatline you with a bite in 15 minutes. And if you think wearing thick clothes will save you, be aware the bastards have fangs long enough to punch through shoe leather. Now,
Oh, no.
why do I bring these little nightmares up? What is the one thing worse than a spider rocking armor-piercing rounds that can send you to heaven with same-day delivery? A bigger spider rocking the same perk setup. That's right, Australian scientists have found a brand new species of this funnel web that is even bigger.
Even
How much
bigger.
Well, the standard Sydney funnel web grows to around 5 centimetres or 2 inches. And I mean, if you're
Okay.
asking me, 2 inches is more than enough. 2 inches is actually fucking huge. By comparison, this is the new one. It's twice the fucking size, cunt.
Oh, no.
4 inches of 8-legged menace to the animal kingdom. But that
Why
isn't
does it
the
need
best
to be
part.
that
See, do
big?
you know what they named this thing? Do you know what professional scientists named a supersized version of the most dangerous spider on the entire fucking planet? The Newcastle Big Boy.
Yeah, you're a big boy.
Deadliest spider on the entire fucking globe. Big Boy.
Big
Only in
boy.
Australia.
There's a big boy, there's a big spider. Okay, I said I was gonna stop with the accents. I lied. I'm sorry. Next video.
Australia's scariest spider is hiding a deep secret.
Oh, a Victoria's Secret?
Well, introducing the huntsman, native to the land down under, and the #1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves on camera.
Did it just jump? Why did it jump?
And look, in defense...
We have some big huntsmen here in Japan. I have seen some as big as... Okay, I have little hands. Oh my god, I'm so small. I have little hands. But, I mean, a hand-sized spider is still a big-ass fucking spider. For the most part, not even in my current apartment, but my last apartment here in Japan, I would always see little tiny huntsmen. And I wasn't really scared of them, because when they run, they look like Woody running in, like, Toy Story. So I would just, like, scoop them up and just, whoop, outside.
To offset tourists, I will be the first to admit, yeah, this looks scarier than a f***ing job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's testicle.
Oh.
Now, as if having a negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough, I regret to inform you that the huntsman spider grows up to 30 fucking centimeters in size.
That's a big boy. Why is this one not called the big boy?
And legally allowing Subway to market him as a foot long. Now, being the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150, you'd think he'd have the common decency to be slow, you know?
No, they fast as fuck, boy.
Unfortunately, the huntsman is fucking turbocharged.
Meow.
Now, it's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also highly venomous. It's Australia. However, that's his big secret. The huntsman is a big sweetheart. You see, despite looking like an SCP, huntsmen are incredibly timid, and on the rare occasion they do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact, seeing one of these bad boys in your house is a blessing in disguise.
They
because
eat all
if
the
you
little
see a huntsman
guys.
in your home, I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes. Because he's eaten them. You see, he understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control.
The least they can
I
do.
personally have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you they're pretty good company. Except for the part where they cause car crashes. Yeah, you
Yeah.
see, huntsmen like to hide in tight spaces and cracks, and they do it by flattening out their body to fit into the gap. Now, in the house, that
no.
usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but
Yeah.
When you're flying down the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flip down the sun visor because God is trying to flashbang you. Yeah, they like to sleep in there and you've just dropped one into your lap.
No!
Now, whatever you do, don't panic or you're going to crash the...
No! I would, yeah, I'd probably crash a car. I don't have a license, but if I saw one of those, even in the passenger seat, if my husband put down the visor and a fucking big ass spider fell upon my thighs, I'm jumping out the window. Next!
This bird has to rearrange its organs and skeleton just to lay an egg.
Oh.
This cute little guy is
Oh,
a
no,
kiwi bird, a species of
kiwi.
Rare
That's not Australian.
This time, and the absolute poster child for getting cucked by evolution. You see, this walking featherball is actually directly related to the emu, ostrich, and cassowary, being a member
They're
of
like the
the same
Chihuahua
family of flightless birds.
of the big
However,
board.
there is a problem. You see, the rest of the kiwi's bloodline actually looked up a build guide before picking their stat spread, and as such made sure to trade the whole flying thing for something useful. With all of his cousins specking into speed, size, and some kind of offensive capability.
Oh dear.
So that leaves the question,
Cassowaries,
what did
man.
the kiwi pick to make up for not flying? Absolutely nothing.
Hey, he's just a little
Kiwis
guy.
are tiny in
Oh,
comparison
look
to
at
their relatives,
them.
coming in at only 4 kilos in weight and 50 centimeters tall. This is because kiwis evolved largely on an island with no natural predators, so they
Yeah.
downsized and traded out the knife feet and bloodlust for just being a little guy with a good attitude. Which
Oh,
honestly
little
worked pretty
guy.
well for them until the British did British things, and now they have to deal with cats and dogs trying to eat them. And
No.
considering this build was not designed for PvP, they have been clapped so hard by invasive species that they are now unfortunately an endangered animal.
No.
But getting shafted by the British is just the beginning of the generational violation of the kiwi, because these poor feathered fruits can't even reproduce without getting f***ed over. You
Oh.
see, the kiwi bird's cousins are famous for laying huge eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking hit your protein macros in one meal-sized eggs. And you would think that is because they are large. And you would be wrong.
Oh.
Because their vertically challenged cousins have to lay eggs the same size. A kiwi bird lays eggs 20% the size of their body. With the egg
Oh.
being so bloody large,
Oh.
it rearranges their
Oh,
internal
no.
organs and stretches their rib cage just to be able to
Oh.
hold the thing. For reference, that is like a human giving birth to a 15-kilo child.
No.
That's not a bun in the oven anymore. That's a whole
No.
bakery.
Oh, little kiwi, don't do that. Oh, you poor thing. No, thank you. Next.
This wasp is basically a xenomorph.
Oh.
Introducing the tarantula hawk wasp.
Oh, I've
possibly
heard of
one the
tarantula
most
hawk moths.
nightmare-inducing insects on the planet. And the reason
But they-
it's such a
oh.
threat to your mental health is because its hunting and reproduction strategy is ripped straight from Ellen Ripley's
They do have, they're
autobiography.
pretty in color.
But before we get to the strats, you're going to have to learn a little bit about it first.
Okay.
Native to Australia, because
Of course.
it fucking is. This fucker is the largest wasp on the planet, coming in at a massive 2.5 inches. Which, I mean, boys, we would all agree, well above average, right? Huge. And this is probably the
Huge.
most effective 2 inches has ever been because it has the second most painful sting of any insect on the planet.
No, thank
coming
you.
in just barely.
Yeah,
behind the
I
bullet.
used to watch Brave Wilderness a lot.
2.5-inch stinger with a potent venom that has been described
Oh,
as
coyote.
blinding, debilitating, I can't move my arm, and electric. Now, the size and poison aren't just
Okay.
for nothing, because as the name tarantula hawk wasp suggests, they are purpose-built, genetically perfect killing machines designed specifically to violate spiders, making Australia basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for them. But they don't just execute the spiders. No, that'd be too normal. Hawk wasps use spiders to reproduce in one of the most horrific ways
Oh,
possible.
no.
And that all starts with a female hawk wasp hunting down a tarantula. As the buff bulking spider
There it
takes a wrong
goes.
turn down a dark alley,
Oh,
the
no.
hawk wasp, noticing the 8 sets of TNs on his feet, proceeds to fucking jump him,
Oh.
flying down from above to land a sting into the spider's abdomen, instantly
Oh.
and permanently paralyzing it.
Oh,
the
no.
Bug Harbor Butcher then proceeds to drag the still completely
Oh,
conscious
God, they're
and
so
aware
strong.
spider into an isolated kill room, which is where the fucked up part really begins. Because our wasp isn't hungry, it's pregnant. and proceeds to lay its egg on the paralyzed spider's abdomen. After about 3 to 4 days, that egg hatches into a larvae. A very, very hungry larva.
Dear.
Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of fresh fruit right here underneath them. That food being the still paralysed, still very conscious and aware spider. The larvae burrows into the spider's abdomen and gets to work converting it into a KFC family bucket.
Oh my
consuming it
God.
from the inside out, purposely avoiding vital organs to keep the food nice and fresh. After it's done consuming a living being, the larvae breaks forth from the demolished corpse like a fucking chest burster and fucks off to continue the generational arachnid violation. Anywho, good luck getting any sleep tonight.
Surely there's a better way. Parasitic egg layer thingies are the worst. They scare me, they freak me out. I don't like it. I take back what I said about it being pretty. Get that out of here. Okay, next video.
This seal is such a menace that he routinely gets the cops called on him.
Oh, I've seen this.
Introducing
I've
our
seen Neo
protagonist,
on
the seal,
TikTok.
a 600 kilo absolute unit
I
of a
love
southern
him.
elephant seal from my home state of Tasmania in the land down under, who is known for, above all else, being an absolute fucking menace to polite society.
Neo.
But despite his crimes, we all still truly love him.
Look
What are his
at him.
crimes?
What's
Well,
not to like?
See, he seems to just fucking hate traffic cones and road safety in general.
Hell
He's regularly
yeah.
been caught trespassing, and then once he has been caught trespassing,
Oh, Neil.
belligerently screaming at locals because they won't give him his
He
fucking
said,
fish.
fuck your
And he's been known
authority.
to just block roads by plopping
Oh,
his fat ass down
Neil.
directly in the middle of them.
Oh,
However,
God, he hasn't been
hands
run
down,
over or
the funniest
nothing.
shit he has ever done was just straight stopping this random lady from going to work. I shit you not. This motherfucker crawled out of the ocean, up the beach, crossed the road, absolutely fucking bodied this woman's poor letterbox, and then proceeded to plant himself directly in
I
front
like
of
that
her
he has a
fucking
camera on
car.
his head.
She was then unable to go to work because this half-ton beefcake was camping her driveway for so
Imagine
damn
calling
long.
to work.
Local news had
Is it
time
Neil?
to drive
It's
out to her house
Neil.
and cover the fucking story. Now, this is a
Look
lot of
at him.
menace for a single seal to cause. But the funniest part of this is, old mate isn't even fully grown. He's like 5 years old.
He's
If
a
you think he can
baby.
fuck things up now, wait until he's nearly 2 solid-ass tons of blubber.
Jesus Christ, that's a
and
big
paints
boy.
issue with the wall of your house. I do not think that seal damage is covered on my
Oh
fucking
yeah, he still has his
insurance
baby
plan, dude.
fuzz. Oh, Neil. Oh, that's your big boy. Oh, dearie me. Next video.
Touching this plant will put you in the hospital.
Oh,
This is the
no.
Gimpy Gimpy plant, a piece of
Gimpy
foliage native from the
Gimpy.
land down under. And surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet. Because yeah, no, of
Did
course,
Coyote
man, even
Peterson touch
fucking
that
leaves down
one?
here have a problem with me. Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered in tiny hairs that,
Oh.
upon closer inspection, aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you,
no.
these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin and cause absolutely excruciating pain.
Why?
I mean, like comedic levels of pain. With one person
Why
describing it as
though?
being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth and
Oh.
she'd given birth 4 times.
Oh,
and the fucked up
no.
part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal. So this spiteful cunt of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually
Oh,
worse than
Pete-
being put in the ground.
Coyote
This is because
Peterson, of
Bruce
course, put it on his
Willis'
body.
cousin here can continue hurting you for literal years after being stung. This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down.
Oh,
and how thin
no.
they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin-emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin any time that they're moved or disturbed. This
That's
constant,
so
chronic,
fucked
agonizing
up.
pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop. This particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
No!
I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nuts.
You're Your butt! Your balls. Oh no! R.I.P. What a way to go. Next video.
Wombats defend themselves by throwing it back.
I love
But to
wombats.
understand how the fuck they actually
Look
do it,
at 'em.
you're gonna need to learn a little bit about them first. You see, Australia is home to 3 species of these bad boys.
I didn't know there's 3
Equally
kinds.
Adorable and very
Look at 'em.
importantly,
Yum, yum,
all
yum, yum,
being
yum, yum.
burrowers, meaning they dig out a nice little hole for themselves and the family to live in because, like the rest of us, they can't afford a fucking house in this economy, man.
Too real.
They go to around 1.3 meters in length, but despite being small, they are built like fucking tanks.
Hell yeah,
weighing in
brother.
a chunky ass 35 kilos, but despite
They're
their
so
weight, I shit you
cute.
not, they have a top speed of 40k an hour.
Oh shit.
Now, the fact that they can nearly get booked in a school zone, coupled with them being a tank
Fast as
class
fuck, boy.
marsupial, forms the start of their defense strategy. So you see, a fun fact about wombat anatomy is
Hell
they
yeah,
spec
back
all
it
their
up.
defense points into their ass. Rather
Hell
than
yeah,
having
brother.
fat and muscle, a wombat's cheeks are made out of 4 thick plates
Fucking
of
threw it
fused
back.
cartilage, making it extremely solid. And this Kevlar BBL allows for the fucking funniest defense mechanism I have ever seen on an animal. Basically, if a predator tracks down Mr. Wombat to his burrow, it'll stick its head in and start trying to dig him out. In response, the Wombat will line his ass up with the tunnel door, chuck the gear shifter into reverse, and fucking
Back it up, Terry.
floor it
Put it in
backwards
reverse,
up the
Terry.
tunnel into his aggressor, slamming his ass into its head. The impact then squashes the predator between his steel cheeks and the roof of the burrow, straight up crushing its skull like a Mortal Kombat fatality. I cannot make this shit up.
Oh, look. It's a circle of life. Who am I to argue? But that's a silly way to go. All right, next one.
This spider can remove your limbs. But how? Introducing the brown recluse, native to the United States of America, and a prime example of don't judge a book by its cover. Because despite only coming in at a huge 2 centimeters in length and rocking the spider equivalent of default character customization, this little f***er is a level 500 rot build that gives Melania a run for her money. You see, a bite from a recluse starts in the most American way possible, with you accidentally stepping foot onto his private property.
How dare
causing
you.
him to exercise his Second Amendment rights.
Bing bang.
But considering a spider can't really hold a gun, he's gonna settle on biting your ass. Now, that initial
Don't bite
bite's
me, bro.
pretty painless. You smack him away, all's well. There is just one small problem. Congratulations,
Scarlet
you are now the
rot.
proud owner of necrotic venom
Yeah.
coursing through your veins,
Oh,
which
no.
at first does nothing. You walk back to your house,
Mm-hmm.
the bite starts to sting a little more. You feel sick. The
No.
wound swells. Blood vessels around the bite burst, turning it a deep red.
That can't be
Over the
good.
next few days, that colour shifts from red to purple to black, as the venom literally destroys and kills the surrounding tissue in a process called necrosis.
Why?
This causes the skin to literally rot and fall off of your body. And if you don't catch it in time, that rot's gonna spread.
Oh.
If you're lucky, it'll only make you violently ill and leave permanent scarring. If you're unlucky, it just keeps spreading and the venom starts to destroy your blood cells and shut your organs down. Now, there's kind of only one solution to that, but you weren't using that arm anyway, right?
Okay, I am from North America. I don't think I've ever seen a brown recluse, but I was so paranoid that any little brown spider I would see, I'm like, is that it? Is that the motherfucker that's trying to cut off my arm? But yeah, I don't think I've actually ever seen them or have known of anyone that has gotten bitten by one personally. But they can, like, fuck off. There's, like, fucking no reason. No reason for them to have something that potent and that dangerous. Why does it need it? That's all I want to know. Don't make no sense. Okay, next video.
This isn't a spider. It's a
Oh.
snake.
Yep.
Introducing
Oh.
the Iranian spider-tailed horned viper. As the name suggests,
They do
native
look
to Iran.
cool.
And you are all probably wondering why the f this snake has decided to attach a cosplay of the average Australian resident to his tail.
Yeah, no.
The answer is food. You
Nom,
see,
nom, nom, nom,
every
nom, nom.
known snake species is a predator. Some eat Bambi, others eat Remy, and the
Oh.
spider tail, not unlike myself, absolutely fucking loves KFC. But the birds famously tend to fly, and last I checked, nope ropes don't have wings.
No probe.
So how does this
No
viper get his
wings.
zinger box? The answer is again, food. You see, birds eat insects, and the spider tail knows this. So rather than trying to chase his prey down, this lazy fucker has evolved the evolutionary equivalent of DoorDash.
Evolution
You see, when it finds
crazy.
what feels like a meal, it'll start the hunt by finding a nice rocky outcrop to curl up on like a couch. And due to the camouflage on his scales, this snake becomes practically invisible. Once he's nice and cozy, he begins to slowly wiggle his tail back and forth in front of his face, perfectly
Yes.
mimicking the motion of an insect. Think of this as him placing his Uber Eats order. Meanwhile, up in the air, our undercooked chicken tender is flying around when, holy shit, a free
He's
meal!
gonna get
What a
bamboozled.
delectable bug, just sitting there on that rock. And so, Tweety Birdie swoops down to grab himself an insect Happy Meal. And just as he's about to reach his meal,
Uh-oh. The way these animals evolve to having these crazy appendages and camouflage and all this stuff is so fucking cool, but also terrifying. Next video.
a gorilla can't beat 100 men in a fight. He gets jumped. But
Oh,
that begs the question, which animal does win? And the answer, stepping into the ring at 5 meters long and weighing in at a genuinely frightening 4,500
Oh,
kilos.
there's a big boy. A lot of big boys in this video.
Hippopotamus.
oh, look at him. Look at little baby
Causing
hippos.
a 100 long line at the gates of heaven after a fight is honestly pretty plausible. You see, despite the fantastic
Oh,
PR
look at
work
them.
Mudang has done for the
Oh,
hippopotamus
Mudang,
community,
I love you. We all want Mudang.
doesn't change the fact that Moto here is a sentient Ford F-150, the temperament of a fucking serial killer who can win this fight for one very specific reason. You
Spite.
can't fucking hurt it. You see, the
Yeah.
hippopotamus is possibly the tankiest land animal on the
Look at 'em
fucking
go.
planet,
They can-
packing
they can
an
book it.
unbelievably thick 2-inch hide. Now look, we all know 2 inches is a lot, especially in the sheets, but in the streets of the African savannah, this makes
Oh,
them
that lioness
practically
fucked up.
Don't believe me? Here is a hippopotamus walking away from 10 lions trying to convert it into a family meal.
Oh, mama.
Notice how the
Mama,
hippopotamus does not give a
you
single
fucked up, lady.
If Mufasa and his extended family can't hurt it, neither can you. However, don't let the fact that it's walking away fool you here. The hippopotamus
Mama, you got those
is
cubs to
not
take
a
care of.
peaceful animal. They are, in fact, violent, psychopathic, 4.5-ton thundercats that can and will bite you in half. A hippo's jaw
Oh.
produces 2,000 psi of pure crushing force. So if he catches your ass, you are the watermelon. And as if the hydraulic press wasn't bad enough, don't forget they've got 2 20-inch fangs in that mouth that'll put a hole in you big enough to stick your f***ing arm through. But honestly, the bite doesn't even f***ing matter. It weighs 4.5
It just
tons
it just can crush
and
you.
can run at 30k an hour.
Oh dear.
Getting hit by a charging hippo is like getting hit by a f***ing bus. There is no way we are winning a fight against something that could probably take out 10 people just by rolling over.
Oh, yeah.
In summary, don't f*** with the hungry hippo.
Oh. But Mudang is so cute. Isn't Mudang a pygmy hippo? So she didn't go get that big. Is Mudang a girl? I don't remember. But yeah. They're dangerous, but they're so cute. But they're dangerous, but they're so cute. But they're dangerous. Next video.
This is Australia's most common snake, and that's quite a problem, because it's
Oh.
also one of the world's deadliest.
Oh.
Introducing the eastern brown snake, native to quite literally every every state in the land down under.
Oh,
And
dear.
unluckily for us, this asshole has earned himself a silver medal in the Note Rope Olympics venom category.
Only
Coming
silver?
in second place for the most venomous snake in the world. It is
Oh.
worth noting that third and first place,
Also in
are
Australia.
unsurprisingly, also both held by Australian snakes.
Of course.
Because God hates us.
Mm.
However, unlike first and third, the toxic middle child here is a far larger problem. Because, putting it lightly, he's a cunt.
Ooh.
The eastern brown is one of the most territorial
Ooh.
species of
Look how he
snake in
springs
the world,
back.
which is a scientific way of saying they operate on the US home defense philosophy. If you dare put a pinky toe onto this guy's property,
Don't do
he
it.
will bite your ass.
Don't do
injecting
it.
you with a hemotoxin that can send you to heaven via blood clot in under 30 minutes if left untreated.
Fuck.
But hey, stay off his property and he'll leave you alone. Right? Yeah, one problem. His property is your property.
Yeah.
That's right, the eastern brown doesn't live out in the middle of nowhere like his slightly more deadly cousin. This fucker is so at home in the suburbs, he drives a f***ing Prius. You can find this burnt piece of spaghetti literally anywhere. Go to put your shoes on, he's turned them into a 2-bedroom home.
Oh, no.
Hop in the car to go to work. Yeah, unfortunately, that's
Oh,
his
no.
car now. Get to work on the job site, what do you know? He works here too. Try to take a shower after a long day at work. F off, he's moisturising. You
good for
can't
him.
even take a shit in the comfort of your own home without running the risk of the dunny being occupied. In fact, these bastards are so omnipresent that out of the 200 species of snake in the country, this ginormous asshole makes up 60% of snake bites. What a cunt.
Oh, he's a mini beanie of that. Oh, dear. Maybe I don't want to go to Australia. It would be just my luck that I'd get bitten by one of these motherfuckers. Next video.
Australia just found a new record-breaking insect.
Oh?
But before I show him to you, how the f*** do we keep finding new bugs? You see, Australia is home to an estimated 200,000 species of insect. which
That's
is
a lot of
pretty damn
buggies.
impressive, especially when you consider the only place you're going to find more bugs than that is by counting the f***ing roach population in Asmongold's walls.
Oh.
Now,
Shots
the scary
fired!
part of this is that out of that 200k, we've only actually identified 62,000.
Oh.
Meaning that we have no idea what nearly 3/4 of the bugs in the country actually fucking do.
You like jazz?
And so it should come as no surprise that while exploring Australia's dense rainforests, 2 scientists discovered a new record holder for the largest insect in the land down under, and it's a fucking stick bug.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Introducing Acrophila
Oh, that's a
alpha,
big
and
boy.
coming in at a full 40 centimeters
Jeez.
and 44 grams in weight. I don't think that qualifies as a stick insect anymore.
That's a fairy.
Fucking Groot. Australia's very own Erd tree avatar was discovered
Big
in
ass
Queensland.
stick.
Because of course it fucking was. And despite being enough inches in length to make any man jealous, it's actually completely harmless. However, given how many oversized bugs we already have, if we find any more, I think they're gonna send the fucking Helldivers.
It's so crazy that they keep finding these huge insects, but to be fair,
Well, to be fair.
a stick insect, they've probably seen it plenty of times. They didn't realize because it was camouflaged. That's bonkers. But at least they're not dangerous. Got that going for you, I guess. Next video.
Crocodiles are just dinosaurs that forgot to go extinct.
Yeah.
I am dead serious, and I cannot think of a croc species to better make my point than the saltwater crocodile, a species native to the land down under, and shocking absolutely no one, yes, it can and will eat you. You see, keeping on theme with the whole forgetting to go extinct thing, the salty stats spread just feels like something that should have been patched out with the rest of Jurassic Park, starting with their ridiculous size. You see,
Oh, that's
salties
a big
are the
boy.
largest reptile on the planet, coming in at a total of 6 meters long with a maximum weight of 1,100 kilos, which makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my car. And the f***ed up part is that despite being longer than my ute, they are for some reason absolute masters of stealth. You see, crocs are ambush predators, which is a scientific way of saying they are dirty f***ing campers. You see, they've got two raised eyes that sit on the top of their heads, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal. And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see, which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and, yeah, get bitten in half by that hydraulic press they call a mouth.
Oh boy. Nestle Crunch.
That's right, just like any good camper, these scaly arseholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest bite forces of any animal on the f***ing planet, having been recorded at putting out a maximum of 3,700 psi of force through their jaws.
That's a lot.
To put that into context, your skull will crack at 1,100 psi, so a croc would pop your head like a watermelon. And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll, spinning its ton of body weight like a washing machine until whatever part of you it has decided to eat snaps off and is added to its protein goals.
Yummy.
But the best thing about the crocodile is their build is so f***ing good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years, which means
they hit the genetic jackpot.
Steve Irwin wrestle
Steve.
dinosaurs.
Rip in peace, King.
Rest in peace, you absolute f***ing legend.
I think they're also fast on land. Literally like an apex predator. No thank you. Each time we go to the next video, I lessen this one to go to Australia. It's fine, I think.
Kangaroos can and will beat you up.
Why? I didn't do nothing.
It's not venomous doesn't mean it can't knock you on your ass. And Australia's most iconic marsupial can do just that. Because they are way bigger than you think they are. With our biggest species coming in at a ridiculous 2.8 meters in length. And with the iconic hop, they've got a vertical jump of 3 meters. I mean, honestly, with a stat spread like that, they don't belong in the outback, they belong on a f***ing NBA court.
Oh,
As
shit.
if that wasn't enough, they're also built like tanks, weighing in at a full 90 kilos of roid-raging rabbit muscle, and being able to move way faster than anything that heavy has any right to, pegging the speedo at a max of 70k an hour.
Damn.
Meaning if you make them angry, a juiced up rat
you ain't outrunning that.
Run your ass down and beat the f***ing brakes off you. And I'm not kidding when I say they really will rock your shit, because roos are professional kickboxers, with males routinely fighting MMA to win female attention. When they fight, kangaroos will lean back on their tails as a stabilizer and immediately start scratching and kicking the ever-loving shit out of one another.
Oh!
And those kicks have enough force to crack bone. And as if getting drop-kicked by a muscled marsupial wasn't bad enough, they also for some reason have the same bite force as a grizzly bear. Because why not?
Sure.
Now, even with all of this, there are still animals stupid enough to view a roo as lunch.
Ducky, no, not the dingo!
Terrifying thing that they do. When threatened, kangaroos will hop into a body of water and wait for whatever is chasing them to follow them in.
Oh no.
Once the predator enters the water, the kangaroo will wrap its arms around their neck and just straight up drown them. What the f***, man? I share a country with psychopathic tren rats. Oh!
I didn't know they could I mean, that's fucked. They could drown things? It's bad enough that they can, like, kick the fuck out of you, but they can drown things? No thank you. Next video.
This bear was actually a soldier. But how? You see, it was 1942, and the 22nd Polish Artillery Company were passing through the mountains of Iran.
I feel like I've heard about this bear before.
To fight the Nazis. While passing through a town on their way, they were stopped by a young Iranian shepherd looking to trade with them for rations and a Swiss Army knife. When the Poles asked what he had to offer in return, the young shepherd produced a burlap sack containing an orphaned Syrian
Oh,
brown bear
look
cub.
at
You see, this
him.
bear's mother was shot by hunters, which is how he ended up in a low-tech Pokeball being offered as a
Not
trade.
the
deal.
low-tech
The Polish
Pokeball.
looked at the bear and, clearly seeing the potential
Bet.
for insane dad law, said,
Damn good deal.
and in the most worthwhile trade deal in history, parted ways with their supplies in exchange for a f***ing Pokemon,
Aw.
adopting him into their ranks and naming him Wojtek. And the
Wojtek!
22nd immediately set about raising this little man as a proper
Oh,
bear
look at
and
him!
soldier.
He's a little
As a baby,
guy.
they would feed him condensed milk out of an empty vodka bottle, as
Oh.
well as feeding him on the cartoon bear diet consisting of fruit, honey, and marmalade. They also appointed a soldier as his caretaker, who wasted no time in showing Wojtek how to fit in with the rest of the army, teaching Yogi's little cousin to wave, salute, and even march.
Not salute.
While not undergoing rigorous military training, Wojtek would hang out with the soldiers. He drank coffee with them in the morning, trained with them in the day, and when they all got shit-faced in the evening, he would f***ing wrestle with them. Do you know
Oh,
how much
wait,
a
Tech,
brown bear
no.
has to love you to wrestle you? On top of double rations, they would also feed Wojtek treats in the form of beer and cigarettes. They let
Oh.
the bear have smoko. Eventually, Army High Command heard about this and were having absolutely none of it. You see, pets were not allowed in the army, which meant Wojtek had to go. Or did
Unless.
he? Because the 22nd Artillery Company officially enlisted him.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
Wojtek was given a serial number and granted the rank of private, so when confronted about the very conspicuous bear in their ranks,
That's
they
just a
simply went,
soldier.
"That's not a bear, that's Private Wojtek."
Private
Wojtek took his new role very seriously, as during the Battle of Monte Cassino in 1944, Wojtek began using his bulk to transport artillery shells and ammo to soldiers engaged in combat. They had a fucking resupply bear.
Oh my
For
god.
his bravery, he was promoted to the rank of corporal, and the 22nd changed their insignia to a bear carrying an artillery shell.
Aw.
This absolute unit smoked, drank, and dropped artillery on the Nazis. Based.
I salute you, Wojtek. Next video.
If you see this thing T-pose, run.
Oh,
Introducing the
anteater.
a goofy little creature native to Brazil, and to understand why the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're going to have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now listen, I
know
know
that-
this may come as a shock to you,
What's the anteater gonna
but the
do?
anteater
Yeah.
eats ants.
Ooh,
It
whoa.
weighing in at 40
Crazy.
kilos and 1.8 meters in length, it needs to consume upwards of 40,000 ants per day. Now, in order
It's
to
like a
help him
whole
hit his bulking
colony.
goals, the anteater has a mystery
Not a full
mouse control
colony.
stored inside that XL sniffer.
For you.
A f***ing 60 centimeter
What that
long
tongue do?
tongue, designed to snake its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire f***ing cast of Bug's life and convert them into a high-calorie meal.
Nom, 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 nom.
However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground, and termites live in f***ing high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a f***ing shovel. So how does he dig?
Have
Oh, that's
you
simple, with the
seen if they can or
combat
not?
knives he has for claws. Yeah, anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through f***ing concrete. Now, these
Ow.
work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When threatened, the anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are
cute,
smart,
though.
to turn around and fuck all the way off. If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for no reason other
Why
than
would we
ego,
stab
the
it?
anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the perfect height to nail you in a fire. slip through your flesh like butter and sever your femoral artery, causing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the anteater watches you go meet your ancestors.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
Can you imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths you got your packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a T-pose?
That's not great, bud. What a way to go. Especially because they just stand there. So for you to go up to it and it fucks you up, well, survival of the fittest. Thank you so much for joining me on this Australian adventure. I hope we learned some stuff. I certainly did. Let me know what you thought. Have you been to Australia? Are you Australian? What's your favorite little critter? What are those called? Quakas? Not to be confused with cloaca? Cloacas. I heard that they are little shits and they just like me for real. And they're cute and they take selfies and they're like, I love them. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye!